Go.
Milk the cookie, milk the cookie, say milk and cookie. Give me milk and cookie. Don't stop now, don't stop now, don't stop now, don't stop now. Bang it up, 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 bang it up. Drop it low.
Oh no.
Drop it low.
Oh no. Hey!
Oh, to the floor, to the floor. Oh.
So y'all gotta guess what we talking about today.
Welcome, Milk and Cookies fam. How are y'all doing today?
Y'all came back again.
So we're here with another episode, and we're still in the clubbing series. Can you go to the club and be saved?
Yes. In the paper field. We're gonna have to cut this part. Yeah.
We were doing so good.
I know. Well, we needed the paper. It's okay. We know how to cut now.
Okay.
So yeah, we are talking about twerking. Can you twerk and be saved?
It's a thing.
Can you bend it over?
And dump it.
Can you?
So, recap from last week, Teresa. What did we talk about?
We talked about the turn up.
Getting lit.
Turn up. What is the purpose of you drinking? Your mindset when you drinking. Are you drinking because you stressed, worried, fearful, whatever the case may be? Because your baby daddy didn't come through this week.
Hold on now.
Why you drinking? Okay? And the safety parameters. You need to know your limits. You are responsible for you. Okay?
Hello.
And don't put your drink down when you done went to the club, and so you won't get roofied and all those things. Knowing why you turning up, the reason why you turning up. And the good point that came out was, are you okay with you? Are you drinking because you're not okay with who you are? If you need to know more, just revert back to the last video.
Yes. So now this week we're talking about, can you twerk and be saved? Can these two things be in the same sentence?
Right.
Because when people think of twerking,
they ain't thinking about nothing saved.
Something the mind goes to a different place.
It does.
It really does. So our first point with it is, what is your motives behind your twerking?
That's a lot of the start. What is your motives about a lot of stuff?
So with me and twerking, my motives is, it depends on my setting, but my motives would be, it's fun, it's exercise, my jam is playing, and it just seems like my butt gravitates to just bouncing.
You get that feeling in your soul.
Right, to the
like
beat.
Jimmy.
Instead of like bobbing my head, it's like, whoa. It's like, I don't know. It's like one for the culture. I don't know.
So, yeah, that, which leads to different types of twerking. It's twerking for fun, like she said, twerking for exercise, or you twerking for attention. So, which one are you? And
I'm telling you, the last one is dangerous.
The last one is dangerous, and the last one is probably the majority of you are watching, because the show was mine. Okay? So in that, what, like she said, what are your motives again? If we twerking for attention, what kind of attention are you seeking?
Yeah, because twerking is already, in some people's eyes, is looked at as a sexual action.
It can be a sexual action.
I mean, because literally it's a movement that, you
inviting somebody to see what your booty do.
And that's really something you see in a strip club.
Listen, even though, I'm going to be real right now. I know I don't have a big butt, okay? I don't have cakes. But you best believe I used the little cakes I had to get some attention. I made my little bucks flappity flap. I sure did. And it wasn't for exercise. It was for some male attention. Now, one thing I do know how to do is roll. Move your body like a snake, ma. That's me. Cause I knew how to, make it work to get what I wanted, and that was male attention.
Right. I mean, cause twerking in today's time, it is a very big sexual thing. Because normally when you're going out to the club and you are dancing and you're twerking, we don't dance face to face.
No.
This is not the 70s, 60s. This is not. We don't 80s. We don't dance face to face. I never forget when my mother saw a video of how people dance now. She was just like, "You having sex?" Because I mean,
because you.
It's really
all you got on is clothes.
The girl is bent over in front of the guy and gyrating. There's really no face encounterment. We're not looking and gazing into each other's eyes. Like even for slow dancing,
if you didn't have no clothes on,
it would be sex.
Right.
It would be.
So you need to know what you're doing it for, and if you're doing it for sexual attention, then you need to evaluate what you're seeking that sexual attention for. If you want to just have sex, then you need to admit that, and then that's your decision.
Exactly.
But the key verse here is in Romans 12:1, and God just simply says, "Look, God look at our bodies as a living sacrifice that's holy and pleasing to Him, and that's your true and proper worship." Which is a side note. Worship is not just hallelujah in church. Your worship is your lifestyle.
There we go.
Worship is a lifestyle. It's how you live, how you treat others, how you think, how you honor God with your life. And your decision making. And I know some of y'all be like, well, how you gonna honor God with twerking? You just wait 1 second, because we're gonna tell you.
I mean, true. What she just said, it's an act of worship. Your body, how you treat your body is an act of worship.
Yeah.
And I know we're saying we like to twerk, because, I mean, we do. We like to twerk. And I know in the beginning we said twerking, I do it for fun. She does it for fun. So you like, well, if y'all just told me it's sexual and then it's all this stuff, how are you just doing it for fun and still honoring God? Well, what setting are you choosing to twerk in? That's the next key point, is knowing when to cut it on and when to cut it off. Or never begin it in the first place. So with us, I know now that we don't really go out like we used to, things have changed and shifted in our lives. If you hear us talking about twerking, legit, 9 times out of 10, we're doing it in the privacy of our own homes with our girlfriends. Girls, ladies, we know how we do. We get together,
boost each other.
We're doing hair. We're looking at some TV show stuff. We start talking, and we got music playing in the background. And we just start and just take that one person to start dancing, or that one song to be played. And then so you know, you and our friends bent over just in each corner of the room dancing. And
our motive was not to attract no male attention. It was literally us having fun.
Like legit, just having fun. Don't nobody even know how it started.
Yes,
but
it started.
It just started, and that's it.
And we, from our prayerfulness with God, feel like, you know, if that's something that happens, that's okay. Like, and that leads to the next thing. Well, the next point I wanted to say was, like she said, it's the setting you in. You're not going to do that in front of everybody. I'm not finna twerk in front of a whole bunch of people, and especially people that don't know me for me. Like, if I'm ministering to somebody, I'm witnessing to them about God, they don't know me from a can of paint, and then they see me in the club twerking, they're gonna be like, but I can do that with Marisha because she know my heart. Like, she know the real me, and she also know I like to dance. And so you need to know who to do that in front of and when not to do that. And also that leads to the next point, boundaries.
Basically, yeah, boundaries. Going back to knowing when to cut it on and when to cut it off. So one thing with boundaries with me that I would say, if I'm out with some friends, and it's mostly all of us girls, and let's use a bachelorette trip as a perfect example. If I'm out on a bachelorette trip and we went out, that's what the bride wanted to do. I'm in a relationship, I'm not going to twerk
right
on no dude. I'm not about to twerk on no guy. I'm about to be in the corner, me and my friends, as if we were back at home,
Right.
twerking amongst ourselves. Because, ladies, you know how you do. Just sometimes you and your girls dance amongst each other in a circle at a bar or a club, and you don't even really want no dude coming up behind you. And so my thing is boundaries with twerking, because it can come across as being sexual.
Right.
When you're not doing it just for fun.
Right.
You don't need to be doing that if you're... It's not the best look to be doing it if you're in a relationship.
Right. Which leans on the safer side. When you out in the club, if you at a bar or a club or you on a bachelorette trip, the safe side is to just chill. I mean, you can do a little number, you know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't be busting it down, splitting and cartwheeling in the club. You don't need to be doing all that. It's just not a good look.
It's not, and you don't want nobody to give any leeway or room to go back and say you should have seen her in the club. Yes. Or you don't want nobody to go back to your dude and say, hey, your girl, hey.
Nobody know your back. Know when to turn it on, turn off. There's limits. It's limits to everything. And you know what came to my mind? Because if twerking, I mean, when you get married, you gonna twerk for your. Well, I hope you will. You gonna twerk for your husband. God ain't gonna be like, no, that is an abomination. No, that's the way you pleasing your husband. Yeah. So you gonna bend over and do what you need to do for him to get what he needs to get.
Right. I mean, because we really don't think about it. Twerking is really sexual. It can really be. Because, I mean, you just teasing the person looking at your butt going up and down.
Right.
And enticing them. So it is more sexual than what we think of it. Because, like I said, for the culture, you just hear that beat drop and it's just a natural reaction.
Yes.
That everybody, you hear don't.
Right.
It's just a natural reaction. But sometimes we got to be mindful as believers.
Right.
That there's a time and a place for it, and also you just don't want to be a stumbling block
to nobody else.
Onlooker. Yeah. Yes. And you just don't want nobody to get leeway to think of you in a bad way. Now, granted, we can't control the thoughts and the minds and the mouths of nobody. People gonna say what they want to say. They gonna think what they want to think. But you don't want to exacerbate that anymore than you have to.
Come on, exacerbate.
So you just want to, if you can, still think about things in moderation, like with your clothing. Also, even with your dancing, just knowing when I need to bust it open and when I don't.
It's the same concept with, certain things that you say. You have to monitor certain things that you say. Some things you can say in front of people, and some things you can't. You know what I'm saying? As long as your motive is right, and you like, I'm just having fun, or I'm like I watch hip hop videos to work out, and some of those videos include twerking. So I'm gonna do the video because it's fun to me. It's fun. I enjoy it. But you have to just know your limits. You're not gonna go to church. If y'all church got a Zumba class, you's not gonna be busting it down open in Zumba class at church. No.
Pastor's gonna be like, now what's really going on?
So we not saying, I hope this ain't confusing. We are saying know your motives, know your boundaries, where you twerking at, and who you with.
Exactly. Just be mindful of all that. Like, just know what's going on. Just know that, hey, it's this type of crowd. You know what? I probably shouldn't bust it out.
Yes. Know the crowd.
Because I have been somewhere at a wedding. And my golly, wow. I just literally recently went to a wedding. And there was a lot of church folk there. Now, and I'm not saying be two-faced.
Yeah.
I'm not saying be two-faced because I'm not gonna, be two-faced about it. But I knew that I was praying in the inside that the DJ did not play my song. But even when he did dang near get close to it, he still played some songs that it just naturally happens. What did I do? Marisha was still singing the song, and I was just bouncing in my
chair.
I didn't move. So it shows you that I still like this kind of music. Like, I don't get it twisted. I mean, I'm saved, but I still got rhythm.
We still practical.
I still got rhythm. But I didn't get up and go, hey! I didn't. The tongue did not come out.
It didn't.
I did not grab the chair, and I did not get low. Y'all know what I mean. I did not get on a wall and wobble up to it. I did not do all that because I knew what type of setting I was in, what crowd was there, and I didn't want them to think like, oh, Marisha doing it like that. No, I'm not doing it like that. I can't.
You can.
But I'm not.
And it just goes back to, like, you can't, everybody don't need to know every part of you.
That's true.
Everybody don't need to know every part of you. There are going to be some things that Marisha know about me that other people don't know.
That's true.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like she said, that's not two-faced. That's not being wishy-washy. Everybody don't need to have access to the total part of you.
That is true. Because everybody can't handle it.
Because, say it again.
Everybody can't handle it.
Some people watching this video ain't going to be able to handle this.
They're not. Because some people can only see you in one light.
Ooh.
And when they find out that you dibble and dabble in something else, and they might be like,
Because they feel convicted about it, but you not convicted about it, which goes back to what we were saying. They gonna look at you different, which shows a sign of maturity.
Yes, and your walk of conviction may not be mine, but yeah, some people can't handle you in it. Like for example, and we just said this last week with the drinking. Some people can't handle seeing a preacher having a beer. Some people can't handle seeing a minister having a daiquiri.
They ain't ready for this.
They might can't handle it because they might be like, brr, not sister such and such, not minister, da da da. And some of them might be like a stumbling block. Yeah. They might be like,
yes. And that's why you gotta be mindful of who you doing in front of.
Yeah. And it's not saying that those things are bad. It's not saying that you can't have a drink here or there. It's not saying that you can't twerk here or there. Just be mindful of who your crowd is and making sure you're not being a stumbling block for nobody and just doing it in moderation. Right. And note for the onlookers you tend to be one of those people that you can't handle seeing people from the church outside of the church.
And I experienced that. It can be hard to do that.
Do not judge them. Yes. Do not look at them with the eyes of being judgmental, of man, because God gives grace and they also are human. Just because you may see one of your ministers at brunch with her friends and she has a mimosa does not mean she is less anointed. Yes. Does not mean
she ain't saved.
She not saved. It does not mean any. Jerisha just said it. She's human. And she still likes to indulge in some things. She may not do it as much as she used to. She may not do it with a fleshly mind. Right. She still is tuned in to know that I need to do this in moderation. Right. But at the end of the day, I'm a woman.
And we put that pedestal on people of higher stature in the church. But that's a whole nother subject.
That is a
whole nother subject. But we just want y'all to see, don't judge people. And that's a religious thing. Don't judge people because of what you think they should act like or be like, because you don't know what them and God had talked about. And if they honoring God with their life wholeheartedly, or at least trying to, He appreciates that. Exactly. God appreciates that. We're not saying everybody should turn up, drink, twerk, do whatever you want to do. We have always said, what's your motive, and ask God what's right for you or not. But don't live in a box. Don't live in a box with all these parameters around yourself, because you got to be like this and you can't do this and you can't do that. Don't do that.
If God didn't tell you you didn't have to do it, then don't stress yourself about it. But also too, if God's telling you not to do don't do it. Be obedient. Obedience is better than sacrifice. And just do what God is telling you to do.
So in all, you guys, if you like to dance and you like to twerk, if you came from that culture, that background, it's okay. God know who you are. He know that you ratchet. He know that you ratchet.
Yes, but just know the balance and
the balance.
Have a balance and do things in moderation. If you like to dance a lot, it may not be the best thing for you to always say yes to going out to the events where there will be a lot of dancing, because you don't want your mindset to change and you be less focused on God, and it'd be hard for you to tune in on Sunday from all the activities that you did the weekend and the nights before. Like, have a balance. Be balanced with it. Know that, I might can go out today and do a little dancing, or go over to such and such house and we can do a little dancing and have a little girl night and fine. But don't continue on throughout the week listening to all that twerk music and stuff. And then
next thing you know, you bent over for real.
For real. And you have a hard time willing it back in when you need to be back focused on God.
And don't be twerking when you're in a relationship on nobody.
Please
or
don't.
Or getting served.
Please don't, because that's disrespectful.
Disrespectful. So, we love y'all. I encourage y'all, if y'all want a different workout, there's some great workout videos on YouTube to twerk to in the morning to get your blood jumping, because you can't always,
Not in the morning.
Yeah, girl. But anyway, I'm off subject. So, the next video is about what twerking will lead to if you don't really back in.
If you have the wrong motives about bagging it up and dumping it, you may be bagging it up and dumping it on somebody.
On somebody's parts.
In the sheets.
In between the sheets.
So,
one night stands, holla at your girl.
That will be our next topic, y'all. You don't want to miss it.
Like, share, subscribe. Tell your twerking friends. And be sure to tune in, y'all. Bye.